What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with another. Nope, that's not even how we open this. What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with Let's Get Into the Blogs, you guys. These are going to be the hot topics for the week of July 19th through July 25th. Now, before we go ahead and get into the topics, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out of this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys, so before we get into the sad stories, let's talk about what's going on in the world currently, especially in the US. So in, I don't know how many states it is, but I know Chicago's included, Texas, and I know southern states were definitely included, right? Because on our television here in Dallas, especially, well, on CBS, ABC, they'll come in with breaking news about it because we are experiencing a heat wave. Because I think the highest it got, I think it got up to 98 yesterday, and today it got up to 98 yesterday, right? But it felt like it was over 100 degrees, and today it's supposed to be over 100 degrees, but it's gonna feel like it's even hotter than 100 degrees, right? Because even, it's so crazy because my living room, right? My patio is right here in front of me, and my blinds are not even open, right? So it was Monday morning that I came in here, sat down, because my TV in my bedroom, the backlight is gone out, so all you hear is the audio. You can't see the visuals, right? So I've been watching TV in my living room. So I came in here to watch The View, and when I came in here to watch The View, I was like, God damn, it's hot in here. Like, it was sweltering hot in here, like, and it was just 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh God, this heat. If y'all don't believe in global warming, I don't know what to tell you, because the summers are getting hot. Like, I feel like the summers get hotter and hotter and hotter. Now, here in Texas, I know that they said the forecast going into the weekend, there's a chance for some rain. Please let it downpour. I'm sorry, because it's hot. Like, and I even went outside one day and I was like, oh God, it was too hot to be outside. So to everybody who is affected by this heat wave, y'all, please stay safe out there, you guys. Please stay safe. You know, stay hydrated, all that kind of stuff. Stay hydrated. But yeah, I know it's like, I definitely know it's the South. And like I said, I know Chicago was getting some, some of the heat as well. Oh God, this heat advisory. Because it says here for us, our heat advisory remains in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. The heat index values up to 107, where portions of it is North Texas, where I'm at, and East Texas, where I am from. Oh God. Oh God, it says high temperatures and high humidity will increase the risk of heat-related illnesses to occur, particularly for those working or participating in outdoor activities. And man, I am so glad that I'm not in school no more, because baby, when I was in high school, I was in band, right? And this is around the time that we would get summer band camp. Our summer band camp literally started, well, leadership, they started the week after my birthday, and then everybody else, we start the following week. So we would start the first week of August, and next week is going to the first week of August. Oh, thank God I'm not in high school, because we used to sweat back. We used to complain about the heat back then. I can't imagine what it would feel like today, and it would be hot. But again, to everybody who is under this heat advisory, please, you guys, if you don't have to leave your house, don't leave your house. Like, I have to leave my house today because I'm going into my office. But after that, once I go get into the office, I'm gonna stay there for a few hours, come back home, and then I'm gonna go out to eat. Hopefully, by the time I go out to eat, the sun is going down a little bit, so it ain't as hot. But please stay safe. If you ain't gotta go nowhere, stay inside your house. And also, it's so funny. The one thing about this state, they want to tell us to conserve for that damn grid. Bitch, fuck that grid. That's all I gotta say. Let's pause here. Move on to the next story, guys. Shall we? All right, you guys. So now, let's go ahead and get into the rest in peace because there are quite a few rest in peace this week. One of them, of which I don't give a fuck about, and I guess we can go ahead and get it out the way. So there's one less racist in the world as of today. As of yesterday, there's one less racist in the world. Wrestling. I ain't gonna call him. I'm not gonna take it away from him. The man was an icon in wrestling, but as a whole, he was a piece of shit. But because he was also a raging effing racist. Hulk, he passed away. Cardiac arrest at 71 years old. Do I care? No. Again, he was a racist. So, one less racist in the world. That's all I gotta say for him. Then so he died yesterday, which was Thursday. And on Thursday, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Now, Ozzy Osbourne, I think Ozzy was in his 80s, and I have to take a look and see how old Ozzy was. So Ozzy Osbourne, he was 76 years old. And he actually, like a few weeks ago, did a farewell concert. So, okay. So yeah, he was 76 years old. Now, Ozzy had Parkinson's, or was it what he had? Yeah, he had Parkinson's disease. So Ozzy had Parkinson's, and his family, revealed on Thursday that he had passed away at the age of 76. So Ozzy leaves behind his wife Sharon, his kids Kelly, who I don't see it for, Kelly, Jack. Now I know that he had 7 kids. I didn't know he had 7 kids. But I also didn't really watch the Osbournes like that. I remember the Osbourne show when it was big in the early 2000s, but I never really watched it like that. But he left behind Kelly, Amy, Jack, Jessica, and so Kelly, Amy, Jack, Jessica, Louie, and Elliot. Great, Elliot looked like he black. Oh, he was adopted from his first marriage with Thelma Riley. Is that young man deceased? No, he's still alive. Now this says he left behind 6 kids. Among them was Elliot Kingsley, his adopted son from his first marriage with Thelma Riley. Y'all, I heard people say 6. This say 6, but I heard people on television say 7. However many kids, he left some kids behind, right? So rest in peace to Ozzy. Now, the biggest death this week that floored everybody, when I saw it, because I was on Instagram Monday, and I saw his face on my Instagram timeline, and I didn't pay no attention to what I was looking at. And then I just started seeing everybody, share wonderful memories of him. And I looked and I said, my jaw dropped. So Malcolm Jamal Warner, he passed away on I think it might have been Sunday, but I think it was Monday that we found out. So he passed away at the age of 54. So Malcolm Jamal Warner, most of us know him from, playing Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, right? Or if you are someone who remembers this show from back in the 90s, 2000s, Malcolm and Eddie with him, and I loved Malcolm and Eddie, and I have forgot about this show, and today we're talking about it. I was like, there was a show named Malcolm and Eddie. So he passed away, and it was in one of the blogs that I was reading where someone was like, how do you accidentally drown or something like that? Well, let me explain how that can happen. There are 2 ways you can accidentally drown. One is if a current comes in and it washes you away, which is what happened with Malcolm. There was a current, so it was him, his wife and his daughter. Now, from what I've heard, he and his daughter were both in the water at the time, and a current came through. The current kind of swept them away. So there were some people there who went in to try to save them, right? They were able to save his daughter, and there was another man that's involved in this, and he tried to save Malcolm, but unfortunately, both of them got swept up with the current. So the last time I heard, the man was in a hospital, and I think he's in serious condition, right? So they pulled Malcolm out, and they tried to resuscitate Malcolm. I think they tried it for 45 minutes, but unfortunately, he was pronounced deceased at the scene. Man, it's just really sad. Really sad. So yeah, that's one way, people, that you can accidentally drown. Who goes into the water and think, oh, I'm going to unalive myself? Not a soul. And also, you guys do know, some people get in the water and cannot swim. So that's that. And I think people need to think about what they say. Not even say. People need to think about what you type before you put it on social media, because the person who posted that, the people were ripping her up, rightfully so. Like the fuck? And literally, they came out and said he got swept up by a current. But rest in peace to Malcolm. Whew, that was a hard one, guys. It really was. But rest in peace to Malcolm. Rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. And that is it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next story, shall we? All right, you guys. So this is going to be a little bit of a political talk. I couldn't avoid it if I wanted to. So Taco, he's in the news this week for so many things. And everything that he's in the news for this week is a clear deflection from the Epstein files, right? So I think it was Monday or Tuesday, right? It was one day that they were talking, the press was talking to him, and he is insanely obsessed with President Obama. He loves to call him by his full name, Barack Hussein Obama. He wants to say so he's talking about the whole Russian interference in the 2016 election, right? Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this story. I'm just using it as a talking point to get to where I'm going to go. But that happened. Tulsi Gabbard came out talking about she's sending sending stuff to the DOJ for them to press charges, whatever. President Obama made a statement. I loved his statement because he basically played that orange bitch dust. Now, what I really want to talk about is the things that this man has done last week and this week. Now, you guys know that he sued CBS for the interview that CBS 60 Minutes did with Kamala Harris last year, right? Where they edited the interview, which, duh, you dumbass. I mean, Fox News edits the fuck out of you to make you look like a coherent person when you're a rambling fool. But whatever, right? So CBS, he was suing them for $20 million, right? But they settled for $16 million or something like that. Now, everybody has said that CBS would have won that lawsuit, right? Because there's CBS, everyone has said he would have lost it. But they settled with him because there is a merger with this company called Skydance, I think that's what it's called, that they're trying to merge with. But they need government approval for this. So people view this as a bribery as to why they gave him the money. So Stephen Colbert from The Late Show, he addressed it on his show. And then the next day or so, Stephen Colbert came back on his show and said, the network has said that this is going to be his last season. And so a lot of people are questioning, why is this his last season? Now, according to the network, they're saying that, his show is not making them any money. But his show is number one. You guys know that there is Stephen Colbert, um, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Kimmel, and y'all know Jimmy Kimmel is on summer break right about now. So among those four, he's number one. Now let Taco talk about it. The person who's number one is this guy named Gutfeld that's on Fox News. Which yes, he's number one, but that's also because he has no competition, and also he comes on earlier than those other shows. So okay, so Taco wants to say, oh, Stephen Colbert has low ratings, and this Gutfeld guy is funnier. I don't know nothing about Gutfeld. I never watched him. We'll never watch him, right? But my personal opinion, I feel like this was politically motivated. I really do. It makes no sense to me. So then after that, I was looking last night because you guys remember I told you guys I watched The View, and when they were talking about President Obama, Joy made a comment that Taco is jealous of President Obama because he's trim, he's liked, he can sing, and Joy was being facetious when she said he can sing Al Green better than Al Green, right? And so after that, I was reading last night where him and his staff, they made a statement about The View. Once again, we're talking about The View has low ratings and all this kind of stuff, and I was like, really? So now people are taking what Joyce said, like, oh, they've canceled, because people are now trying to jump for joy, no pun intended, saying that they've canceled The View. Because on yesterday's show, Joy said to Whoopi, she was like, since this is our last show before our hiatus, and she looked to Brian, who is their their set director, and she's like, I can say that, right? And so you hear Alyssa on the side, it's like, too late now. And so they're going on, and here's the thing, if you guys don't watch The View does this every summer. So after the 4th of July, they take a break for the 4th of July, right? They come back the week after, and they run for another few weeks. They typically run until like the first week of August, or maybe the second. Now sometimes they go a little bit. Sometimes it has gone longer into August, but typically before the first week, typically they have all of August off up until Labor Day, and then they come back. So this is normal for The View. The View has a summer hiatus. They do it every year. Again, if you watch The View, I watched it Monday. I watch The View every day. I watched it Monday. They came on with it. The View has this segment called the ladies get lit, right? Where they talk about literature. Because remember, the Republicans have been attacking literature for the last few years. So Joy had a banned book club last season. So that's what they talk about, whatever books that they're reading. So Monday it said this is the last. Anna Navarro gave the last Ladies Get Lit, and I was like, oh, that must mean that this is their finale week. And today is their last show of the season. So people are jumping for joy that they've been canceled, but they have not been canceled. Now, the funniest thing that happened, so on Wednesday night, South Park came back for their 27th season, right? And so Trey and the creators of South Park, they had just inked a deal with Paramount for 1.5 billion, I believe it is. And so they premiered the episode, right? Baby, that episode of South Park that aired the other night, Wednesday night, they poked so much fun at that man. They talked about they made fun of his little member, right? They did an AI of him with a little member. They he is the new Saddam Hussein when it comes to the devil's boyfriend. It was hilarious. I kid you guys not. To me, I found it funny. Now, however, on the other side, the MAGAs are furious. They're pissed, right? And let's see, because I have South Park's Twitter page up. So can you guys see? So that's Taco, and that's the devil. And the devil even made a joke about because he was like, "You see this?" He was like, "It's so small, I can't see it." Right now, I'm gonna read just a few of the comments. Somebody says it should be Obama and Biden. Just saying, worst episode of South Park ever. Well, they sold out. They bent over for Hollywood. That was the worst episode. Such lazy writing. 4 years you had comedy gold with a literal dementia patient, yet you did nothing with it. Now you decided to go after a president. I've been a fan of South Park since the start, but I am now done. Show has now become pathetic. Almost as funny as when you made fun of Biden. When was that again? A $1.5 million deal. I'm guessing leaving Democrats out of it was part of the contract. Worst episode ever. Lame and not original. Have you ever poked fun at Biden? Kamala? That was almost as good as the episode where you lampooned Biden. Oh wait, y'all are so obsessed. Y'all are so obsessed. South Park has been compromised. Got it. I'd have thought you could do better with the amount of money you got. Paramount should demand a refund. How embarrassing. This is so monumentally disrespectful and you should be ashamed. What has Satan ever, oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was this one is hilarious. This person is poking fun at the MAGAs. This is so monumentally disrespectful and you should be ashamed. What has Satan ever done to be mocked like this? I gotta like that because that is hilarious. Yes, I love it. I love it. And here's the thing, these people are so thin fucking skinned because listen to it. They're talking about Biden. They're talking about, one of them calling him a dementia patient. Like, y'all can talk about other people, but the mere mention of your orange Mussolini, you guys crumble like a cracker. No pun intended, right? It says here, I guess you guys are running out of material. This might be one of the dumbest episodes I've ever watched. It's Stephen Colbert cringe. Aw, boo-hoo. Someone says, loving the conservatives getting butthurt over a cartoon. I am too. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. Just admitted already. South Park loves the religion that practice pedophilia. Oh, I think that might be you guys. The P word and I'm gonna spell this one. INBREEDING. Ma'am. I mean, sir or ma'am, because this is a fat ass, ugly ass man. Sir, your president won't even release the Epstein list because they told him he was on it. So, fuck off. Then they say, somebody said a bunch of crybabies in the comments. Absolutely. It says, I love those episodes of y'all making fun of Biden and Kamala. Oh, wait. Kamala was never president. So, ooh. But also, South Park has made fun of Michelle Obama. There's an episode where Michelle Obama beat the shit out of Cartman because he was fat. They've made fun of, like, people have made, like, you guys are so thin-skinned. They've made fun of Michelle Obama. They've made fun of they make fun of it. There's nothing off limits when it comes to South Park. You guys just don't want anybody to make fun of Orange Mussolini, right? Someone says, didn't find this funny, disappointed, won't continue watching, even though initially I was excited for the season. Girl, go to hell. So it says, so many fragile magtards in the comments. They crying almost as much as they do when someone says Gavin Newsom. Exactly. They made fun of everybody. So why do y'all think he's an exception? He's thin-skinned. And then he also talked about, once again, South Park's ratings. Sir, shut up and do something productive with your fucking day. But that's all we got for him, you guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys, shall we? All right, you guys. So the next story, let's talk about Shannon Sharp. Let's do an update on Shannon. And you guys remember that young girl was suing Shannon Sharp, right? And what was the tune of that money? I don't know what I forgot. What the tune was? Was it 50 million, something like that? Well, earlier this week, it was revealed that Shannon and that girl have settled with each other. I said I knew he would. I knew he would. Shannon, you are so dumb. And then I saw that the girl posted on her OnlyFans that she was retiring. I said, Shannon, you played into that girl's hand. Like, you literally played into her hand. And the fact that she said she retired from OnlyFans, no, we don't know how much they settled for, but for her to say she's retiring from OnlyFans and she was suing for what, 50 million, they probably met somewhere in the middle. Now, where that middle is, I do not know. But Shannon, I hope this is a lesson and a cautionary tale to you and to anyone like you, right? And here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with having your own, special proclivities for things that you like. But get with someone who is of like mind, right? Get with someone who has a little bit of maturity to them. I know you like them young, but get someone with some kind of maturity to them. Like, please do that. Please do that. Like, please do that, Shannon. Like, get with someone that has a little bit of maturity to them. And also, if you are gonna continue to do stuff like this, make them sign an NDA, right? Make them sign an NDA, something, so that way you are not going to be financially, which I don't think he's going to be financially affected. But when I say financially affected, I really mean get with someone that's not going to try to drain your fucking bank account, right? You know what I'm saying? Be smart about the things when you do things, be smart about it. Don't think with the little head. Use the big one. Use this big noggin up here because you got a big ass head. And it ain't empty. I don't think it's empty, Shannon. I think the good Lord bless you with a brain. So let this be a cautionary tale to you. Let this be something that you never repeat. And learn from it, Shannon. That's all I got. Anything else y'all want to talk about when it comes to Shannon, leave it in the comment section and we'll discuss it there. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys. All right, guys. Now, this comes to us from The Guardian. So, rapper Glorilla was arrested on drug charges after police responded to a burglary call. It says the American rapper Glorilla was arrested on felony drug charges the night before her performance at the WNBA All-Star Game. After police responded to a report of a burglary at her home in Atlanta on Saturday, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office confirmed to Atlanta's WSB-TV that authorities responded to a call about a burglary at a home owned by rapper legal name Gloria Hallelujah Woods at around 1:30 a.m. on Saturday. Woods was in Indianapolis at the time to perform at the WNBA All-Star Game that evening. According to the sheriff's office, 3 suspects entered the home when Woods was not present to rob the residence and were deterred when an unidentified individual fired at them. The burglars reportedly escaped unarmed. During their investigation, deputies smelled marijuana and called a drug task force who found a significant amount of marijuana in a bedroom closet. Woods was charged with possession of marijuana and possession of a controlled substance and voluntarily surrendered to Forsyth County authorities on Tuesday. She was subsequently released on a $22,260 bond. Quote, the homeowner is a victim of a serious crime and we are committed to bringing the suspects to justice, Sheriff Ron Freeman told WSB-TV. Quote, at the same time, we must continue to uphold and enforce the law in all aspects of this case, end quote. Police have yet to find any of the 3 intruders. That's very interesting. It's interesting. And I mean, I get it, but damn. Y'all, so she called, and I think she tweeted something. I think she tweeted something Let me see if I can find Glorilla's tweet. Oh yeah. So here she goes. So this is from Glorilla. So she posted this on July 24th at 2:26 p.m. So it says crazy. My house got home invaded Saturday while I was in Indianapolis performing for the WNBA All-Star game. And instead of focusing on finding the suspects, they focused on some cannabis. Number one, so no, I wasn't busted. Number two, my house got robbed. Number three, I wasn't home. Long story short, my house gets invaded and I'm the only one that gets arrested. So that's T. Glorilla, baby. Here's the thing, Glorilla. I definitely get where you're coming from. Your house was, broken into. But at the same time, baby girl, you got to be smart about things that you do. When it comes to like weed and all that kind of, you got to be smart about the things that you do. And I don't, with Georgia, I'm pretty positive weed is not legal there, right? Because that's why you got arrested. Same here in Texas. Like if somebody broke into my house, right? And which I do have, and I do have some weed in my apartment, right? But mine is not enough for them to arrest me, but they might give me a ticket. But if they come in, yes, a robbery, they're gonna make sure one, ain't nobody still in your house, and they're gonna look around and see if anything has been disturbed. So I get where you're coming from. Yes, your house was broken into, but they were also still doing their job. So you can't be too upset at them. You can't be too upset at them, Glorilla. Like you gotta take a little bit of accountability. You gotta take a little bit of accountability. So that's really all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys thought about that, and we can go ahead and move on to the next story. Shall we? All right, guys. So the next story is gonna be Katy Perry, and this is gonna be real quick. Did you guys see? So Katy Perry is in concert too, and I didn't know that. But remember what happened to Beyonce a few weeks ago, right? When Beyonce was in Houston and a Cadillac tipped to the side. Well, Katy Perry is in concert, and Katy is riding on a mechanical butterfly. So Katy riding the butterfly, and the butterfly just it damn near tipped Katy out of the off the butterfly. I was like, ooh, girl, damn, Katy. I was scared for Katy. Katy, much like Beyonce got rid of that much like Beyonce got rid of that damn Cadillac, you need to get rid of that butterfly because it don't mean you no good, sis. It don't mean you no damn good. But that's all I got, you guys. So that is it for They Cutting the Food. We kept this. Wow, this is not They Cutting the Food. This is Let's Get Into the Blogs. So this is a short Let's Get Into the Blogs. Now They Cutting the Food. I don't know. That's next, you guys. But if there's there's nothing else that I want to talk about because I had another story in my notes to talk about, but I don't want to talk about it at all. Like at all. No, I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the topics that we discussed this week. You guys know we do this every single week. So I am currently filming this on Friday, and it is 9:32 a.m. in the morning. So it's not gonna be up at 10 a.m. So you guys will see this. Ooh, and I gotta edit this. So you guys will see this. I'm actually, as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna try to edit this before I go into the office because I also still have to put on some lotion. I gotta put on some pants. I gotta put on a different shirt to go into the office. I gotta take this do-rag off. So I got quite a bit of stuff to do before I go into the office. So I'm gonna try to edit this and get it up to you guys. So you guys my goal is for you guys to see this at 4:30, like I typically have been doing lately. If you guys don't see this at 4:30, you guys will absolutely see this on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And that's all we got, you guys. Yeah, that's all we got. So we do this at the same time, same place, same channel, same host. And yeah. Now, as far as what we got coming up for the weekend, you guys. So you guys know that Beyond the Gates, Really B and I will be going live Saturday tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern Time. So with Really B and I, we will be covering I think we'll be covering 2 weeks worth of, yeah, we'll be covering 2 weeks worth of Beyond the Gates. Now, also, I appreciate everybody who joined me and Treese last week for Beyond the Gates. So I have talked to Really B, and I told Really B, you know, the people love Treese when she came up, right? So Really B is going to talk to Treese and see if Treese can join us for Beyond the Gates this week. And Treese knows at the end, you know, it's an open invitation for her to come and join us anytime. She knows the open invitation. So yeah, Beyond the Gates. Also, I still have to finish up Ironheart. So my goal is to have Ironheart finished at least by Sunday. And then, you know, y'all and I, we've talked about doing something with Ironheart, so we have to iron that out and figure, no pun intended, we gotta figure that out. And then after that, you guys, what else we got coming up this weekend? So Beyond the Gates. And I think that's really it. Beyond the Gates and Ironheart. Because there's nothing else that's come. There's no shows on until there's nothing on until next week. Because next Friday, Life After Lockup, or I think it's Life After Lockup. Life After Lockup is back next Friday, and Ready to Love is back next Friday. So this is the last free Friday that I got until next week. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. Don't have anything else for you. Again, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I will I'm gonna do the same. Also, like I said, be sure to join Really Me and I tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern Time, to discuss last week and this current week of Beyond the Gates. Oh, that's also what I meant to say. So you guys know that I try to do my own review of Beyond the Gates. So that's what I'm gonna have. So my review of Beyond the Gates, expect that sometime tomorrow. So my goal is really to have Let's Get Into the Blogs and They Cooking the Food up today, Friday, so that way I can have Beyond the Gates up tomorrow before Really B and I go live. Hopefully about 9 a.m. Don't hold me to that. Please don't hold me to that. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. Once again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications, share the video, you guys. Until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live. Until then, bye guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys then.